Hey guys and gals, If here, starting out on day 2 of my 60-day challenge, and holy crap was yesterday eye-opening. If you didn't see the introduction video to this challenge, click the link in the description so you're up to date on what I'm doing and why. And just so we're all on the same page, this is not a paid advertisement for the Insanity Max 30 program. I've purchased it with my own money, and I'm not being compensated in any way by Beachbody. It's a completely independent review. I'll tell you what I like, what I dislike, and let you know my opinions of the program every step of the way. Now that that's out of the way, let's go over yesterday, which was day 1. The first page in the Max Out Guide, which is pretty much the instruction manual for the program, gives 5 steps for getting started. Step 1 says take your weight, measurements, and before photos. I enlisted my husband to help me get my before photos, and I wore the 2-piece swimsuit that I've had left over from high school that some ex-boyfriend gave me so I could go to a water park with his family. I don't really do sun very well because I'm pretty pale, so this is the only swimsuit that I own. I won't be taking another full body photo like this until day 30 according to the directions in the guide, so this is meant to be a benchmark so I can see my progress. As I've mentioned before, I'm a 34-year-old female with no children. I stand right around 5'8" tall, and my weight on day 1 was 167.8 pounds. For anyone interested, that gives me a BMI of around 25.2, which is just barely over the line into the overweight category, according to the UK's National Health Insurance online BMI calculator. The program recommends that you measure your chest, waist, hips, thighs, triceps, and calves, which I did, but I found these measurements to be more geared towards men, so I also added my bust, belly, and biceps, since I'm interested to see how the program affects my overall shape. I'm really curvy, and I'd like to retain my figure as much as possible throughout the program. I know I'm going to lose some weight, I just hope I don't lose my curves, which I love, in the process. Step 2 is to push play on your first workout, which is the cardio challenge, and this was an absolute disaster. Not the video itself. I found that easy to understand and the pace and tone were very encouraging. And while it's obviously not designed for people as uncoordinated as I am, I'm sure with time and repetition the moves will come more naturally. No. First, about 4 minutes in, my pants fell down, which would have been fine except that A, you're not supposed to stop during the workout until you either hit a designated break or you max out, and B, I happen to be standing in front of a picture window overlooking my across the street neighbor's yard, which also happened to be full of school-age children on summer holiday. Fortunately, I was able to throw myself on the floor and low crawl into the hallway before anybody saw me, but it meant that I had to start over. I figured to stay in line with the nature and intent of the workout, I needed to start the disc over from the beginning. And 4 minutes may not sound like a lot to have to redo, but let me tell you, in this program, if you're doing it properly and you're as out of shape as I currently am, 4 minutes is an eternity. Anyway, I gave myself some time to recover, put on some better fitting pants, and pushed play again and gave it my all. I maxed out in minute 8, which wasn't near as bad as I expected. Unfortunately, I'm in terrible shape and have absolutely no stamina, so I wound up maxing out again another 3 or 4 times before the 15-minute mark when I was finally so out of breath I just couldn't do anymore. So, day 1 was pretty anticlimactic. I didn't finish the disc, but what I did do was set myself a goal. I want to finish the disc all the way through by the end of month 1. Not go through the whole 30 minutes without maxing out, that would be unrealistic. I just want to be able to finish the cardio challenge from start to finish, even with a few breaks, by day 30. Step 3 is to record your max out time, which I did on the progress tracker page of the Max Out Guide. Step 4 is to read the Nutrition to the Max guide, and it absolutely boggled my mind. Check this out. They provide a food chart showing you how much food to eat and what types. And there are 2 categories, Plan A if you weigh less than 150 pounds, and Plan B if you weigh more. Because I currently weigh more than 150 pounds, I fall into Plan B category, which means in one day they want me to eat 4 servings of vegetables at 1 cup per serving, 3 servings of fruit at 1 cup per serving, 4 servings of protein at 3/4 of a cup per serving, which is about the size of a deck of cards, 3 servings of carbohydrate, which is around 1 slice of bread or half a cup of mashed potatoes, 1 serving of healthy fat, which is around a quarter cup of mashed avocado, which I don't like, or 12 whole almonds. Healthy fats also include cheese, but I'm allergic to dairy, so that doesn't apply to me. 1 serving of seeds or salad dressing, which is around 2 tablespoons of sunflower or sesame seed oil, or 2 tablespoons of dressing. Now, they don't mean prepackaged dressing full of high fructose corn syrup and preservatives. They provide a list of recipes for you to make yourself, which are a mixture of olive oil, vinegar, lemon juice, herbs, and spices, depending on what kind you're making, and they all look pretty interesting and pretty easy to make, so I'm looking forward to trying those out. And finally, 4 servings of oils or nut butter, which is a teaspoon of extra virgin olive oil or peanut butter per serving. Now, I'm allergic to peanuts, so I'm probably going to pick up some almond butter in the next few days. Now, I don't know about you, but that's a lot of food for me. Also, I'm not super keen on staying my current weight. I generally prefer to be between 145 and 150, and I know that there's no way I'll be able to make myself eat all that food every single day. So, being the realistic sort that I am, I'm going to use Nutrition Plan A instead, which includes 3 servings of veggies, 2 servings of fruit, 4 servings of protein, 2 servings of carbohydrate, 1 healthy fat, 1 serving of seeds or dressing, and 2 servings of oil or nut butter. If I find that I'm struggling to complete my workouts in a few weeks due to lack of energy, or if I'm getting excessively tired, I'll adjust the amounts. For now, though, Plan A is going to be about right, I think. It also says I can have as much water, coffee, and tea as I want, but that doesn't include sugar or cream. Those are limited to 1 tablespoon of soy milk and 1 teaspoon of raw sugar or honey twice a day. The sugar part is easy. I generally only have 2 to 3 cups of coffee anyway, and I only use about half a teaspoon per cup. I'm going to have to cut back on my soy milk though, which is probably going to take a week or two. I'll keep you updated on how that goes. There's no limit to the amount of lemon and lime juice, vinegar, mustard, horseradish, herbs, spices, except for salt, garlic, or ginger that I can have. I can also have as much hot sauce as I can handle, and I can add flavor extracts like vanilla to anything I desire. They also provide several recipes for seasoning mixes, which include salt and a variety of spices to add flavor to your dishes. So I'll give those a try and let you know as we go along what I think of them. There's also a list of substitutions, so as often as 3 times a week, I can replace 1 portion of carbohydrate with something else, like a glass of soy milk, fruit juice or wine, or some snacks like 3 cups of popcorn, which is quite a lot. There's some junk food substitutions on the list, but I'm not really into junk food, so I won't go over that. There's also an eating out guide that tells you good meal choices when you're out at a restaurant, but my food allergies make eating out more hassle than it's worth, so except on rare occasions, we tend to eat at home, which means I have a ton of menus to work out. In general, I cook fairly healthfully, but the portions are all wrong. Too many carbs, not enough veg, you know, the way every other normal person does it when they're not dieting. Pasta is just so darn good, it's hard to resist. The program recommends that you eat 5 times per day, which is 3 more times than I normally do. So I've set an alarm in my phone to go off and remind me when to eat. Even if I don't get all the food down the first few days, it'll get me in the habit of eating regularly, which is a start. I'll slowly work my way through the recipes in the nutrition guide and make substitutions as needed to compensate for my dietary restrictions. The guide also includes some meal plans and food trackers, so I'll make use of those as well and let you know what I think. It recommends that you go to their website and download some additional meal tracker forms, but when I tried to do that, I got an error, so I made my own in Google Sheets instead. It's got the same basic information as the Max 30 food tracker, but I added a total so it would add up how much I've eaten every day, and a variance box so I can see where I've gone over or under to make it easy to adjust what I'm eating. Now, I'm not usually very good at using trackers. I think I do the same thing most people do. I'm really good with it for a day or so, and then I slowly taper off and eventually stop using it altogether. For the 60-day challenge, I'm trying to turn over a new leaf, so I'll do my very best to stay focused and keep the food log updated. I've also put a link to the tracker below if you want to see how I'm doing. The final step on the Getting Started page is step 5, and that's to get my free Team Beachbody coach. In order to do that, you have to sign up on their website, but it wouldn't let me put my actual address in. It only accepts addresses in the US and Canada. So even though the program is sold internationally, they apparently don't offer full support to folks who live outside North America. For the purpose of this video, I figure I should probably get a coach anyway so I can review my experiences with their online staff. So I used my mom's address and sent them a note introducing myself, seeking verification that the one-to-one substitute for skim milk to soy milk is in line with the meal plan, and also notifying them that the page to print more food trackers is broken. I'll let you know how long it takes me to get a response and what they say. That's all for now. I need to run to the grocery store and pick up some more fresh fruit and veggies and get moving on my second workout disc. Today is Tabata Power, which is supposed to improve strength. I'm still a bit sore from yesterday, but I'm pushing play anyway. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you at the end of the week.